Can the law of attraction make you happy? That's a good question, isn't it? Hi, I'm Trevor Emdon from wizardofwisdom.com, and let's just have a look at that question. Let's take it apart and look right inside its little tummy, because I think that we have made a big mistake, not in looking for happiness, but in the way we've posed the question in the first place. Because here's how it goes, right? For years I looked at the law of attraction, and for years I wanted to be happy in all kinds of ways in my life. In my love life, which was a disaster for a long time, thankfully not anymore. In my finances, in my business, in getting free of a job I didn't want, all kinds of stuff. If only I could have that, I'd be happy. If only I could have that, I'd be happy. So here's how things look to me. Check for yourself, see if they look different to you. But here's how life in general looks to me. So there is an outside world, a big world out there, the outside stuff. Stars and trees and planets and cats and dogs and birds and bees, right? And then there's the inner world, the one that goes on in here, the one that I have all kinds of strange and stray thoughts, the things that I think in the shower and in the bathroom, and the dreams that come in the night when I have no apparent control over them at all, and opinions about myself that only I know, that come unbidden. Sometimes I do things that I think, I don't know why I do that really. It's like, but it's me. How can there be bits of me that I don't understand? And so there's an inside world and there's an outside world. So then the law of attraction, when I first came across that, which was in the early 90s, I don't even think it was called law of attraction then, I began to look at it and think, maybe I can control some of the outside world with my thoughts. There's a connection here between the two, right? So if only I think the right kind of thoughts and stay positive, have the right kind of energy, match the vibration, then I will attract the circumstances that I want to me. And I have to say, sometimes that seemed to work. And so sometimes it still does. But the key word there is sometimes. Because if it's a law, it's like if gravity only worked sometimes, I, at least for one, would spend a lot of my time floating around, right? Which would probably be quite good for the weight loss. But other than that, it doesn't happen. It's a law. That one is a physical law, and the law of attraction is a metaphysical law. So, if that's the case, then I'm not controlling much of the outside world. I mean, there's clearly masses I don't control. I can control being born. I won't have any control over dying. I don't have that much control over what happens in between, the weather, what other people do, all kinds of stuff. So, if I'm not controlling those things, then there are limits, right? So then, all right, let's look the other way then. So let me control the inner world. Well, I did think for a long time that was possible. I can think positive thoughts. I can visualize what I want. But there are two facts that were unavoidable, at least for me, and again, check for yourself. First, I can only think a positive thought in response to a negative thought, and the negative thought will have come without my wanting it to be there, right? I didn't ask for it. I said, that's negative, I better think something positive. Duh. Now, so in other words, I can't control what thoughts are coming. I can't control them in advance. I can only control them retrospectively. Therefore, I'm not in control of my thinking, right? So, and to be vigilant about, was that a negative one or not? And to try and always counteract it with some kind of positive thought or visualization was an incredible amount of effort. So, I said there were two reasons, and I've lost kind of track of what the other one was. It'll come to me in a moment. So I can't control my thoughts. And therefore, if I'm not in control of my thoughts, then the law of attraction thing isn't going to work much of the time anyway. And that's the other thing that happens, is that if I'm not controlling it according to the rules of the law of attraction, I felt guilty. So where then is happiness? If I can't control the outside world and I don't have much control over the internal world, am I a bit stuck? And for a while, I thought I was. And then I discovered the truth. And the answer to where happiness is in the cat's tail. Because there is a third element that we've all missed. Most of us. Not all. I certainly did. And I can't claim to have discovered it. That would be something, wouldn't it? But I have now found out about it. And it's to do with stepping back. So, I've created a blog post that you can go and read. And it explains about the cat's tail. And that's where happiness really is. So, please go and read. Have a read of my blog post. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised about where happiness is and how easy it is to find. And then when you do that, the law of attraction kind of becomes irrelevant anyway, because you're already happy, aren't you? So go read my blog post. There'll be a link in the description below, and probably one, I think it's that site, I think, somewhere in a corner of this video, if I can figure out how to get it there. But there'll definitely be one in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube.